You may have heard of an elusive faction that's supposed to appear in Helldivers 2 any day now, and maybe you've even seen evidence of them in-game yourself. There were even sightings of blue lasers a few months back that were promptly denied and brushed off as conspiracy, but thanks to the game being on PC and despite all the recent drama, data miners have managed to find and extract a lot of assets for the upcoming Illuminate enemy type in Helldivers 2. So let's take a look at all the things that they've found. Firstly, the texture for the blue laser beams themselves were extracted from the game files, so they definitely are real, and if this video is any argument, they definitely can hurt you. But moving beyond that, there's a lot of character models for these different enemy types and units from the Illuminate faction, and they look a bit more like traditional telepathic XCOM gray alien types. And there's also a few terrain and spawner type models as well. They have a very ornate style of architecture and this really cool looking warp gate, so it's quite unique from the automaton and the bug aliens that we've been fighting for the past few months. And there's also a model for a really cool laser gun, a whip weapon, as well as a gauntlet. I guess this is the enemy using the whip. It seems like this faction will be more versatile and have both melee and range attacks for most of its enemy types, unlike the bugs, which are mostly direct melee, and the automatons, which are primarily using ranged laser guns. Even seemingly magical elements, they have some sort of telekinesis and pretty advanced technology, but they look really cool. So the Illuminate will probably be more well-rounded, and fighting them will probably feel quite different from the two existing factions. There are some animation cycles for a few of these character models. And there's also a ship looking thing. Maybe it's some sort of flying enemy type. And lastly, audio leaks, presumably for what would be cutscenes when they launch. And some data miners were nice enough to add their own visuals on top, which I'll play some of it for you now.
What you're looking at here is recently released footage from the Ministry of Defense showing an interstellar object that seems to resemble an Illuminate void ship. The Illuminate have long been considered eradicated following the First Galactic War. But this video is causing some to question if any somehow survived.
And there's also this really cool, I guess this is one of the bigger enemy types, but it looks almost like a War of the Worlds type alien or something. I think these designs are quite cool and they're drawing from a lot of more classic type alien inspirations. And there's also this enemy that looks like he's in some sort of flying contraption. So definitely a lot of variety in these enemy types and their approaches to combat. I think they're really going to stand out compared to what we've been fighting so far. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And let me know in the comments when you think the Illuminate will officially become part of Helldivers 2.